So, you're interested in doing a physique show? Let's talk about prep. I'm almost 8 weeks out from my next show. So, here are the things that most people don't think about when it comes to prep. Because the only thing they really think about is, okay, I've got to cut my calories and I have to do cardio. Well, there are a lot more sacrifices than that. And I am going to talk about time, money, what it does to your social life, and what it does to you mentally and physically. So let's get started. So here's the aspect that I want you to think about when it comes to time. First thing you need to think about is you have to make extra time to do cardio. So my first session every day is 47 minutes. And then I have a post-workout session that's 30 minutes long. So you're adding, by the time you get set up, tear down, recover, you're looking at a minimum of an hour and 45 minutes extra out of your day just for cardio. Now let's think about the other aspects of how it's going to eat up your time. So I've seen my fair share of amateur shows and pro shows, and I think the people discount the most is their posing. But I honestly don't think people spend enough time posing and preparing. You've worked so hard on your body. If you come out on stage and you can't present your body well, you've already lost. You have to spend time posing. And I have a very difficult posing routine this year that I choose to do. And I need a lot of flexibility. Then you have to spend the time stretching. And you have to spend the time posing. If you've worked for years or a whole year and you want to do a show, if you can't show it off, you're not going to get the placing that you want. So spend the time learning how to pose. Get somebody who knows what they're doing to watch you, not just a family member who doesn't know and is going to say, that looks great, honey. Ooh, that looks good. They don't know. They don't know the poses. Find a posing coach. I'm a pro, and I still rely on my coach to make sure that I have it right. And you have to be smart about your posing routine, your music, and if you can't nail your mandatories, you're sunk. I practice in the gym, stripped down to my compression shorts. I work on my routine. I work on my mandatories. I don't care what people think. I'm going to be doing this in front of a crowd of a lot of people and the judges. So I want to make damn sure that I look good and I'm presenting my body in the best light. There's another aspect of time. Meal prep. It takes up a chunk of your time. Doing a whole lot of meat all at one time, getting veggies ready, planning out what you're going to do. All the times you have to go to the grocery store or order stuff. It takes a lot of thought and it takes a lot of time. Let's talk about money. Money is going to be a problem. So whether you're on an amateur show or a professional show, the money in a way is kind of going to be the same. Believe it or not, it's a little cheaper to be an ifbb pro than it is to be in an NPC amateur show. But let's think about money that you're going to have to invest in this show. Your entry fee, your NPC card, or renewing your ifbb contract. Then hotel, tanning, buying a suit, And if you're a woman, you've got hair, nails, makeup, shoes, and a hell of a lot more expensive suit. Hopefully you have a coach. So if you have a coach, you're gonna have to pay a fee, you know, a coach's pass, so you can have your coach back there with you. You're paying your prep coach. You might have a posing coach. If your coach doesn't do nutrition, you're paying for a nutrition coach. All that stuff really adds up. Now, the food. Food ain't cheap, especially if you're on a high protein diet, man. You're gonna be eating a lot of meat. So the food is not cheap. You know, your hotel, and I really don't suggest you skimp on your hotel. Stay in the hotel where the venue is. I promise you in the long run, you'll be a lot happier. If you are an NPC or IFBB, you know, you've got your super supplements that you're going to be using, which are going to cost extra. And none of that stuff is cheap either. So there's a lot of money involved in that. So you need to put aside a chunk of change for a show. You know, you got to think about that. You know, even if you're doing a natural show, you still have a lot of expenses. All right, so let's think about how this is going to affect you in your social life. 8 weeks out, you're on a strict meal plan. So you can pretty much forget going out to eat with your friends. You've got to get your sleep. You got to stay stress-free. So you're certainly not drinking alcohol. You're certainly not going out with your friends. And your friends are going to wonder, what the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you want to go out with us anymore? Why don't you have any time for us? So, and your family members are going to be, why are you ignoring us? Why don't you want to have dinner with us? Why don't you want to eat what I've prepared? So, your friends have got to be prepared that during a prep, you know, those are just things you can't do. If you want to win a show, you don't do those things. Aside from all the time commitments getting ready for this, you can just kiss your social life goodbye. You know, girlfriends, everybody's, they're going to think you're crazy, and you're going to have a hard time finding friends who are going to be 100% supportive of this. That's just the cold hard facts, man. I've been doing this a while. People just think you're fucking crazy. Yeah, especially if you want to do this on a pro level. This is your whole life. So that's something you really got to consider. If you have never done a show before and you want to do well, you're going to find that this endeavor is going to be one of the hardest things you have ever done. And you're going to learn a lot about yourself, how much you are willing to suffer, and you will suffer. You will suffer. You don't know hunger until you prep for a show. How you react to people when you are suffering, this is where your personality is really going to come through. But if you do this and you make it through, yeah, it's going to be really, really hard. But you will be so proud of yourself. It is one heck of an accomplishment. You know, I see guys who work so hard and they don't even place. But you should still be proud of yourself because you did it. You did something a lot of people are not willing to do. They'll talk the big talk, but they're not willing to put through the work and the prep to get on stage and to do it. The pride you will have in yourself because you put through all this work, it is a real sense of accomplishment. And you'll learn a lot about yourself. And you'll see some bad things about yourself, but you'll also learn some good things about yourself. And that's really important in the long run, having that sense of accomplishment.